All right, everybody. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I am so excited, but I had no idea what to do. And so the idea struck down to me from the heavens that I should make a tier list because it's kind of low editing effort. I did have to, think about every game I've ever played, as evidenced by the title. But I don't have to show off my bad editing skills, so I figured this would be a good one to start on. Yeah, and let's just jump right into it. I think so. You gotta start with the what the tiers mean. We'll start from the bottom and on a high note here. F tier. It's just a bad game. A lot of these ones I'm gonna have played for like 30 minutes. There's not gonna be a lot of them because if I think a game's gonna be bad, I don't usually pay for it and pick it up. But there are a couple. And there are also going to be some where your guys are like, whoa, why is that an F tier? And we'll go over that. But D tier. We're looking at the D tier for games that, maybe played a little bit longer than F, but still definitely gave me they gave me a reason to just stop playing pretty early on. Usually something happened when I'm just like, this is not worth it. C tier, similar to D tier, but it took me longer to reach the I'm going to stop playing it point. So, B tier is going to be our average game. It's fun to come back to every once in a while, maybe a little bit of replayability, or it's just like pretty good run through. I played it once through. Yeah. A tier, good game that I come back to, but it definitely has some flaws that I did not like. Or there are some parts of it that kind of, maybe sour the experience, but it's not enough to like keep me away or make me stop playing. Better than B tier because you can you go back to it maybe more often, or you like play it for longer every time you go back to it, something like that. And then S tier, just phenomenal game. I loved either I had one run through it that was just amazing, or I was able to like consistently go back to it, love it every time, that sort of thing. But to start off, we gotta look at Dota 2 because it's just my most played game of all time. And so you might think it's a little weird to put an A there, but it's an online competitive game. Putting it in S tier just would be wrong because there are definitely some times that the experience is not stellar. Some bad teammates or something, but I think the gameplay itself and like what Valve has done with the game is great, and it's the best competitive game out there. It has so much depth that you can explore without needing to, and the big thing for me is that you can excel either with just having good mechanics, or you can have a good like game understanding and like good macro gameplay, which is good because my hands are bad, and sometimes I press the buttons bad. But I can still win games because I know what I should do, and like I've learned that. So I love that. It's pretty approachable, I think, for everybody, which is weird to say because there's so many heroes and all that. But I really think that anyone could do well at Dota with a little bit of time investment. Moving on to Cyberpunk. This is our first S tier game, and I played through it 1.5 times so far. I just got distracted on the second one, but that first playthrough was truly like a magical experience. I thought the world it crafted was amazing. The gameplay was fun, snappy. All the different things you can do with hacking or like choosing the cyberware modifications felt like a really unique system. Dude, I loved that game. Granted, I played it in 2025. So, they'd had a lot of time to fix it. And the DLC, I think, really pushed it from A to S. So, I mean, like, take that with, the grain of, like, if you don't have the DLC, it's probably an A tier game. But the DLC was just so much fun. All right. Moving on to Bloons Tower Defense 6. I would put this at the epitome of a B tier game. It is a great, like, tower defense game. And I do enjoy going back to it every once in a while, but I don't usually play it for all that long when I do. I'll do like a couple of maps or something, or like unlock a new thing, And then a can of flame dies, and then I, go back to doing other things. There's a lot of times when I look at my library and I'm like, ooh, I could play Bloons, and I'm like, yeah, or I could just, queue up a match of Dota. And that one usually ends out. The Transformers game. Bro, I played this for like an hour and a half, maybe 2. It was an interesting game for the PlayStation 2. It was like alright. I don't think it was anything special. It was a movie tie-in. Nothing. But D tier. Bloons Tower Defense 3. I have not played 1 or 2, so this is the earliest one. And it's a Flash game. It's not going to stand up to the likes of, AAA games. But I mean, I think it's D. It was just really not nearly as interesting as some of the later installments. So I think it just has to kind of hang out in D here. It is very similar to the Transformers game. Dark Souls 3, dude. It's D tier. Like, with the 1 grain of salt. The reason it's in D tier for me, all right, I explained that as there was something that made it so I just could not play the game after an hour or 2. Dark Souls 3, the PC port, which is, a fairly large market, refused to have keyboard controls in their menus. So you just had to kind of guess what the buttons were. And it pissed me off so much because that's the one thing. If you ported a game to Xbox and you were like, oh yeah, have escape to open the menu. And you're like, what? So anytime you wanted to do fucking anything, you had to just slam your keyboard and hope that you would hit the right button. It is the laziest PC port I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And if they just put the keyboard controls in so I didn't have to buy a controller, I think it probably would have been a great game. But they didn't do that, so in D tier, it shall stay. Lego Marvel's Avengers. C tier game. I remember enjoying it. I remember smashing around the city as Hulk. I played this when I was maybe 12. It's a good game. Nothing special. It was a little Lego game. But Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I played the crap out of this game. What was so good about this one? All right. Why I love this one is just because I have super fond memories of it. It is a Monster Hunter game, they're similar. But the local multiplayer, I had a Wii U and a couple of my friends had 3DSs, so we could all kind of combine and we could all play together with this. And that was a blast, dude. So it's a little bit of fondness in my heart. But I have never gone back. That was we played this as a stint as a group for a while, but I never really enjoyed playing it by myself. So B tier is good. Lego Indiana Jones. I think this is also B tier. It's definitely better than Avengers, but I don't think it's as good as Dota. The campaign was good. I did enjoy that, but I don't feel like it did anything special. It's almost just feels like the quintessential Lego game. You played through the story of the movies and that was cool, and you had some fun puzzles and stuff. And I think Lego Indiana Jones was the first one to have the level creator, which was a unique thing. But even still, that was only so much you could do with that, and then you move on to something else, and you don't really think about Lego Indiana Jones again. Madden 15, also B tier. I know Madden gets a lot of flack, but Madden 15 specifically, that was the one I played the most of. One of the best RPG character creators I've ever witnessed. The degree of control you had over your stats in this game was absolutely insane. It's not going to be our highest football game up here because I have nostalgia for other ones. But it's that's a solid game. And, if you like football and you like the Madden games, I think you'd really like Madden 15. Mario Kart, we're going to do Wii first because Mario Kart Wii is... it's got to be. for its time, but it was good. Okay. I'll put it in B specifically because I think Mario Kart 8 has to go in A because it is a strictly better game. But Mario Kart 8 is not an S tier game. It is still Mario Kart. But it is A tier, you know. You whip this out at a party, everyone's having a good time. Same thing goes for Wii, but like 8 just added a lot of things. It had the gliding and the rails, I think, were a lot. Wii was good. Wii was definitely really good, but 8 just kind of has that edge on it, so I think that's why they have to go. You kind of have to treat them as a pair, because, I mean, personally, I don't think Mario Kart's evolved that much, but Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Dude, it's I know it's hard, but it's A tier. And it's A tier because, all right, I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this. It was so easy to get into as like someone who had never played for fighting games before. I didn't have like, you know, Melee or anything, but Brawl was good. And I think what it kind of has over the other Smash games is the single player mode, dude. Being able to play it by yourself was really cool. Also, I'm going to pull Galaxy up here because we're going to talk about these together. I didn't order my list very good. But looking at Super Mario Galaxy, that's got to be S tier, dude. I loved that game. It was so interesting because I don't really like platformers all that much. But the three-dimensionality and the way that you would rotate around planets was such an, like, from what I have seen of other Mario games that I obviously haven't played, it was such a kind of big leap, and it's such a cool, unique thing. And obviously you still have all the power-ups and stuff, and it's a Mario game, so it's very polished. And yeah, they introduced Rosalina, so it's an S tier game. And Mario Galaxy 2, it's an A tier game. I don't feel like it really innovated on anything from Mario Galaxy. It was very similar, but you know, nothing made it more special than this one. And this one had such a unique special feel to it that it was good, but not as good. Dude, it's just banger after banger here. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, I think it's the only game in my entire life that I have 100%ed. I played this, and so like with S tier being like you can always go back to it as like one of the criterias, and it's polished and everything, and there's nothing really bad. Lego Star Wars Complete Saga for the Wii, dude. Oh, it was an amazing game. It was lovely. I always had a good time playing it. And I really think that you could go back today and still love it and still enjoy it. So that's got to be S tier. Monster Hunter World. It kind of felt bloated, if that makes sense. And the challenge of it, like 3 was a challenge. And fighting stuff by yourself was brutal. World just doesn't quite feel like that. I also don't like that for endgame you like really have to use the like growing plants things so that you can get stuff, but man, it's C tier. I think I put like 30 hours in. It was fun, but yeah. It didn't make me want to play any more than that, and I don't think I've ever gone back to it other than to maybe play with friends once. Connect Adventures. It's all right, man. Like there's just nothing special about it. It is Xbox's answer to Wii Sports, and they didn't do quite as good of a job, and it required the Kinect, but you know, I played a couple of hours and like it was kind of fun. More fun than I had trying to play Dark Souls 3, that's for sure. But it wasn't anything special. So, is this one Smash Ultimate? I think this is Ultimate. I think I have Ultimate and Smash 4 on here. Yeah. Ultimate, like, where did I put Brawl? All right. I think we'll do this. We'll do this in chronological order. Can I not? Okay, there we go. Smash 4, I don't think is as good as Brawl. I played it more, but that's just because, like, that's what my friends and I had. So we played a lot of Smash 4 and not a lot of Brawl because this was the time. And then Smash Ultimate came out, and it was the same thing. It took all the lessons, all the good parts of this one, and combined it with just having a like story mode and like single player mode. So I think it has to go A, and like we'll order it. I think it's almost as good as Dota. Speaking of ordering the tier list, I think Lego Star Wars is, well, yeah, I think it's better than Mario Galaxy. Yeah, it's good and it's a fun party game. I've played a lot of like 8-person Smash on this as well as 1v1s. Smash Ultimate's good. It's really good. They did a lot of great work on that one. It's not like anything super special, but I thought that their story mode was like even better than Brawl's, and the gameplay of Wii U just felt better than Brawl. So, but I just couldn't have put nearly like this one. It required friends to play with, and that's kind of the idea. So like I could see that, but just the idea of having the solo player, because people are kind of busy sometimes. So yeah. Do I have regular Wii Sports on here? Yeah. Should have ordered this tier list before, but Wii Sports. Wii Sports Resort. Wii Sports is B. Like I think if you're at a party, dude, you're rather gonna whip out like Mario Kart or like Smash Bros than you would Wii Sports. But Wii Sports Resort was better than that one. Honestly, it had more like interesting things you could do, and the flying mini game was good. That was a lot of fun to just fly around the island and check that out by yourself. And Wii Sports was cool to play with people, but it felt kind of limited. Whereas Wii Sports felt like it had a lot more. And so I think Wii Sports in B and Wii Sports Resort in A just feels kind of right. All right. My caveat for Halo 3 here, kind of moving on. Halo 3, I've only played the multiplayer like split screen. And I had a good time with that. But not as much fun as I have with the other things. Partially because I'm bad at shooters. I'll be completely honest here. It's, it's fun. But, it's also nothing special. It's, it's like a little bit like Monster Hunter Worlds. You play it a couple times and I'm like, all right, it's fun to play with friends, but like, can we go back to Smash or hell, even play Mario Kart? Maybe some Wii Sports. So it's not bad. It's just nothing really grabbed me. It was a shooter. You got to play it around. I despise Mario Party. I know I'm a grouch. I know I'm no fun at parties. I get that. But I do not like Mario Party. When someone takes it out, I kind of just groan a little bit. I'm like, oh. Because if I was at a party, all right, because you only play this in groups. You need like 4 people minimum. Because I'm never touching it by myself. 0 minutes by myself. I've never even owned it. Only been playing it with people. And I'm like, every time, I'm like, literally any other multiplayer game would be more fun than this. Do not like Mario Party. I know I'm not the target audience. But yeah, it just feels like random weirdness things that happen. I don't like it. It's not for me. Battlefront, it gets C tier instead of D purely because that wave defense mode that you can play local multiplayer on, that's a blast. That's fun. It's fun to do every once in a while. It's good. It's a good thing to throw in there to mix it up, I guess. American Truck Simulator, dude. That's another C. That's another C. I played it for a little bit and then I just got kind of bored. It's, you know, it's not for me. I get it. I get who it's for, dude. It's for people who have like $10,000 like driving setup for their rig, for their computers, but man, just feels bad and slow. It's like kind of fun. I've seen people have fun with it, and maybe I should go try it again, but it's just not for me. And that's like, I know I'm saying that a lot here, but the C tier is like kind of that, you know, it's a good game, I get it, not for me. That could be another definition for C there. So Kerbal Space Program, dude. It'd be S tier if I was ever able to land on the moon. Stupid thing, dude. I felt like I tried everything and couldn't land on that stupid moon. I tried the thrusting out. So out of personal spite, it would be S. The physics engine is amazing. Here, we'll put it like all the way up here. Physics engine is really good. The story mode that they added I thought was fun. But I just can't land on the stupid moon. I couldn't slow myself down, and I'd land on the moon, but it would just be a flaming wreck because I'd try to slow my descent, and then I'd start the bouncing, where I couldn't thrust just enough, and shit pissed me off. So the Avatar game for the Wii. This was bad. It felt bad to play. The story wasn't there. It was only for season 1 too, so you got Haru as your earthbender, or not, maybe even not. Just like some random dude that was earthbending for your earthbender. Kind of lame, honestly. No Toph, no Zuko, dude. Lame. Bad game. It was just, I don't remember it being fun to play at all. Unlike our next one, Baldur's Gate 3. This is tough. This is a tough one. I think... Would I... Yeah. And I know that I'm giving a lot of credit to Dota here. I get that for sure. But Baldur's Gate, after playing, because I've played quite a bit of D&D, and I had played quite a bit of D&D before I played Baldur's Gate. After playing D&D, Baldur's Gate I don't think felt as cool or as interesting as for someone who had never played D&D. And I get that the companion stories are really cool, and I do like that aspect, but the frustrations of the system and how it works sometimes really, really knock it out of S tier for me. This game pissed me off, and not in a fun oh, this is a challenge to overcome. It's it just felt like this glitch is killing me sometimes. Pissed. So Beat Saber. If you could play it multiplayer, it would be S. We'll put it right above Wii Sports Resort, because I think it's the movement feels really cool. It looks cool when you're playing it. The motion controls are pretty responsive, way better than the Wii Sports ones, partially just due to the limitations of the systems and whatnot. But if you could play that multiplayer, that would be, or maybe you can, I just haven't. But if I had ever played this multiplayer, it might have been the best motion control game I've ever played. I had a really good time with it, but I do think that's what keeps it out, is that you can't play it really as a group. Without everyone just sitting in a circle and watching it. Black Desert Online. It's an MMORPG. I don't know what else to say about it. Things I don't like. They knew that the game was so fucking grindy that you could set an auto run thing to level up your running instead of just, having running level up faster. I'm kind of convinced almost that that's maybe that's a crypto miner using your graphics card, honestly. But it's still an MMORPG. It's kind of fun to walk around and, play a class and everything. So it's not that bad. It's C tier though. Dude, just having the auto running and like the auto fishing. I don't like MMORPGs that much. Oh, that does remind me here really fast before we get to Bloodborne. Back. Wizard 101. Banger version of an MMORPG. The cards were cool. The idea, it's the same idea as like Black Desert. We'll put it in B tier. It's not as good as anything else in B tier, but it is better than everything in C tier, so I think this is a great spot for it. Yeah, it was a great MMO, I thought, especially for like a kid playing. I had a really good time with it and like getting the pets and stuff. I thought it was cool. I thought the card system was also cool. I mean, obviously I was, I had no money as a kid, so I couldn't go into the paid area. But I like that it was a paid area instead of a subscription service, which is something Black Desert has as well. But that was a solid game. That was good. I haven't gone back and played it though, so I don't think I can, in good conscience, put it any higher than B. But I did sink a lot of hours and had a good time. Bloodborne just might be my favorite game of all time. It's okay. Though, hold on, because all right. I've gone back and played Bloodborne a lot more. I definitely have a lot more hours in Bloodborne than in Cyberpunk. But Bloodborne has... Part of what makes Bloodborne so good is the DLC. The DLCs make the game amazing. And just the main game bosses... Because it doesn't have the story so much, I think it still has to go above Cyberpunk, but they're really close in my eyes. Both great games. I would highly recommend you playing both of them if you haven't. But Bloodborne, it's an awesome game. Everyone that's played it knows it's an awesome game. 10 out of 10. Best game probably on the list. Bloons Tower Defense 4. One higher than Bloons Tower Defense 3. C tier game. It added a lot of things and was much cleaner. I thought it looked a lot nicer. I was a fan. I don't have a whole lot I can say on that beyond that, but it was good. Castle Story. All right, this is a kind of a deep pull. I don't think a lot of people know this game. It's going in B tier because it's fun. It's very similar to Diplomacy is Not an Option, which is later on this list. And that's, good game where you get to like make individual units and like that sort of thing. But in this one, you defend a crystal against waves of enemies, and you get to choose where individual stone blocks are placed. And so you get to build some pretty cool castles and stuff. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. But it's also... it can be a little hard to get into. And I don't really go back and play it all that often. But I did play it for a lot. And just because it's a very polished, and you get to control these little yellow guys. I don't know. It's polished. It's not as good as Bloons. But it's better than Lego Indiana Jones and Madden. Yeah. Cities Skylines. Ooh. This is hard. I've sunk some real hours into City Skylines. And I've had a great time playing it. It's really fun to make your cities. Oof. Yeah, it's better. I think I'm going to keep Dota 2 kind of in its spot because I'm going to say that Dota 2 is my personal gatekeeper to the S rank, if that makes sense. You have to make me want to play you more than Dota to be an S rank. Because this is my default, right? I default to this. And City Skylines definitely can. But there's also, like, it can start to get stale after a while. And, like, you get to a point in your city where it's, like, it's kind of solved almost. So, yeah, it's good, but A tier. A tier's a happy place to be, I think. But City Skylines 2, on the other hand, if we compare base game to base game, I mean, they're so similar. Base game to base game, I think 2 wins out. Even with the performance issues, there's just a little bit more stuff in there. And the game, like, the AI is better. The building, like road building and stuff, feels better. They definitely polish it up. This one wins out if you drop giga dollars on it for the DLCs. So, raw to raw this one, but this one's just been out so much longer, so it has more DLCs. I don't know. I think Cities 2 is better than Cities 1, and especially will continue to get better. We have our 5th S rank. It is my second most played game. I did get logged those hours before Dota 2 came out, but it is my second most played. And it has a pull on me that is really strong. And I think especially, throw the DLCs on there. I played a lot without DLCs too, though. But you throw the DLCs on there and, man, it's a great game. I forgot to have my screen in full screen, so if it looks a little different, that's why. But, yeah, Civ 5, phenomenal game. And as we can see with Civ 6 that's going to come up here, I think it's the peak of the Civ franchise that I've played all of 2 games of. But I've also heard this quoted online by other people, and so that's good. Civ 6 is a C tier that's better than everything else in C tier. But it is not a B tier. I played it for a little bit and I don't like the city districts that much. I like being able to build roads, not just along trade routes. I thought Civ 5 was a little bit more interesting than Civ 6. I also just like the style of 5 better than 6 as well, just visually appealing. And then I've just played this one a lot more. This one, I played it for a little bit and I was like, damn. And then I closed it and went and played Civ 5. So, yeah. I think it just has to sit and see. It's a good game, but it's just so far from Civ 5 in my eyes. And I can be pretty confident that I'd pick up most of these in their respective times before I would Civ 5. So, or Civ 6, sorry. Clash Royale, dude, D tier, bro. I never got into it. I even tried again later when all my friends were into it, and I still just was like, not as good. I don't like the gameplay nearly as much as I like gameplay of other mobile games. So D tier even for a mobile game. Shit's ass from a butt. But not as ass as Mario Party, so it gets D tier. Electric Man? Fucking loved. This was a great Flash game. This was a phenomenal Flash game, actually. It was such a fun fighting game, and the combos and the slow motion in this game made you feel so cool. And the way you could throw people at each other, it felt good to play. It looked cool. The only problem is it's pretty short. Pretty short game. You kind of just, you run through it, and then after you run through it, it's not oh man, I'd love to go play. I've gone back and played it a couple times, but it's not something that I think about all the time. Anthem. Oh, dude, this Anthem's such a heartbreaker for me. I played the demo with one of my buddies for 15 hours over that weekend that it was free demo. And I had a good time. The combat felt good, and playing whatever one made you quick and agile was so much fun. Everyone just shat on it for having a bad story, but it's a fucking I don't even know what type. It's just a shooter, right? An MMO shooter. I never thought that the story just never was the part that drew me in or made me want to. Like, that's just not what it was. That's not what the game said it. That's not what the game seemed like it set out to do. So I never really held it to that, like, standard. All that said, C tier because they dropped service for it. My friend and I that actually played the demo. We went back later to GameStop, and it was like $5 on that Black Friday sale afterwards. And we picked it up and we played it, and it was still a lot of fun to play. But it did lose it pretty quickly. And since it was supposed to be a live service game, they never serviced it. It's C tier. It's one of the better C tiers, dude. If they had put love into it and everyone wasn't fucking chuds wanting a story, dude, this would have been an easy A tier. Crash of the Titans. This was fun. The taking over monsters mechanic and like the different abilities that they could all do and stuff. I thought it was a really cool game. I love playing that. It's the only Crash Bandicoot game I've ever played. Played it on the Wii, and it was good. Great time to play. But that being said, there were other Wii games that like were more interesting. So I played through it once and then dropped it and never touched it again. Doki Doki Literature Club. That's a tough one. That is tough because it's supposed to be short. And the twists and turns make it so it's not replayable. But that being said, it is such a cool game with what it does with the genre. And now it doesn't seem all that much, right? The psychological horror dating sim is now like, I guess I don't have my camera on so you can't see that, but just like basic now. But I want to say it invented it. It definitely popularized it. But where on the tier list does it go, having said all of that? It deserves to be an A just for its legacy, I think. But we'll put it bottom of A as well. And this will be the gatekeeper into A, I guess. Is it cooler than Doki Doki? Means it gets into A, I guess. And one game that I do think is Fallout 4. And Fallout 4 has a lot of problems, but I love it. If it was a little bit more polished, I definitely think I would put it in S. But I think that because of the problems, I don't like it. I do like it, but I don't think it deserves S tier. Settlement building, not all that good, and that's fine. The gunplay felt nice, and I've never played another Fallout, so I didn't have expectations of another like RPG mechanics. But I like the companions kind of. I like the companion system. And once survival mode came out, dude, oh my god. Survival mode is the only way to play for me. And Fallout 4 is actually slated to be my next video on why I love that game so much. But not so much to put it in S tier, so we're going to leave it where it is. I don't know why it did this, but Force Unleashed. Very short game. Really cool game, though. Force Unleashed 1 is going to go here, and I think Force Unleashed 2 is going to go here. I think Madden's better than Force Unleashed 1, but not as good as Force Unleashed 2. This is fun, and like the lightsaber colors and stuff is fun. Doing that, like I just playing around with the Force and just like start living in the Star Wars world is cool. Good games. I would, if you haven't played them, I would recommend it. But if you have, I don't think there's like a need to go back to them. Frostpunk, it's good. It's like pretty good. I don't know. It did not grab me as much. It felt like I really do like the setting. Maybe it's B2. Yeah, I really like the setting. I think that's really cool, and the city building aspect is also cool. Like it's got a lot of cool things, but it just didn't grab me, man. It just did not make me want to keep playing it, I guess. Yeah. I think yeah, I think C tier's fine. This is gonna feel bad after rating Frostpunk so low, but Bloons Tower Defense 5 is a good game. I think bottom of B tier. I think bookending B tier with these ones feels kind of right. Because Bloons Tower Defense 5 and Bloons Tower Defense 6 do feel like similar. A lot of the best parts of Bloons 6 like had come about in 5. Bloons 5 feels like where they really perfected their formula, or like, yeah, they really stamped out their formula, and Bloons Tower Defense perfected it, or Bloons 6 perfected it. So that's, yeah, it's good. It's not as good as 6. It's not as good as any of the others in B tier, but it deserves to be in B tier, especially for being a Flash game. Game Dev Tycoon, C tier. It is fun to go back, but like, it really feels like once you've gone through it 100 times. Like it is the same, and like you can just have more knowledge and you can make score go up, but it's nothing different. I think it's C tier. It's fun. It's one of the best Tycoon games, and I kind of wish you could just like keep going forever on it, but it does cap out and you have to start again. So. PC Building Simulator. You might notice a theme here, but I don't like the simulator games all that much. I like it better than Mario Party, but it just, I don't know. It's weird. The simulator games are weird. I just think I'm not the target audience, but this one's like, hey, check out how fucking broke you are. Imagine if you had money and you could do this in real life. And I'm like, God damn, really? It just makes me feel bad inside. Don't like it. That being said, I'm sure that there's someone out there who likes this game, and we're gonna put Mario Party at the bottom because I really don't like Mario Party. Yeah, someone out there that likes this game, and that's fine. It's a game for someone, but that someone is not me. Portal Knights, C tier. I finished it actually. It's like kind of fun with the quests and stuff, and like. It just doesn't feel like you need to be able to break blocks, though. Like, that doesn't seem like it was trying to capitalize off of Minecraft a little bit. But, I played through it with my friends, and, like, it's good. I like the stat system. RPGs are kind of fun, so it's good. Hades. Oh, God, dude. I don't know what. So, all right. Just to make you not worry so much, it's like, I'm deciding between A and S, not like where it goes at all. It's a really good game, but it was not good enough to make me run through it 10 whole times to get Hades, to like beat the game entirely, right? It's fun, and putting it together a good build is fun. It's is it more fun than these? I think it's more fun than Cities games. I think that's a good spot for it. I definitely would probably rather play Fallout 4 than Hades. Maybe. Like it's close. All of these games in A are kind of a toss up. All right, cuz dude, Brawl. Yeah, we'll put Brawl down here actually. These two are good. These two go together because they combine to make this one, and that's good. And Mario Kart 8 is just like, if you're at a party with very casual gamers, that's a great spot for it. Better than Mario Party. Sorry. I just hate that so much for some reason. Yeah. Hades. All of these games are kind of a toss up. Like, I would happily play any of these. Sometimes not this one. But that's like, I know it's a good game. It just pisses me off sometimes. Colony Survival. That's like, it's a game not a lot of people have heard of. It's kind of cool because you can build cool structures in it by like ordering them built. But it also feels like you should just go play Minecraft. A little weird. It has a little bit more of like city management stuff in like a first person, which is kind of unique, but I don't know. Hard to say. Factorio. I'm just too dumb. I'm just too dumb for this game, sadly. It's fun. It's fun when you get things going and like I can get sucked into this. But I am just so dumb is what it makes me feel like. Yeah, I'd probably put it in B tier. Like I know it's a good game, dude. But this is more about like how I feel about the games. And if if it was just a little less complicated, I would probably like it. But then it might lose its charm. So this game, I know you can't really see it, but this is Sunrider Academy. And it is a dating sim time management game that gets some spicy scenes. It's a gooner game, to say as the cool fellas say. And it is a phenomenal one, actually. I really like the route with there's four main heroines, and their stories are all really good. I like the dating aspect of it better than BG3, dude. It's a good game. I love this game. It's also the game, so maybe it deserves F tier for this, but it's the game that got me into this genre of games, so would recommend it. And if all things go according to plan, I'm going to make a companion piece on Patreon that I have, if I've made it by the time this video goes up, where I discuss the rest of the games that I've played that YouTube's going to not love so much. So look forward to that if you want it. But this one, S tier game, great game. Hoi 4, bad game. Don't like it. Could not get into it, dude. The Paradox games, oh my god. It felt needlessly complicated just for the sake of being complicated. Yeah, dude, not a fan. Just, there are other, like, Civ 5 blows it out of the water, I think. I know that Hoi 4 is all about, like, just World War II, but Civ 5 blows it out of the water. Yeah, I'd rather play Clash Royale than Hoi 4. Hollow Knight. I just don't like 2D platformers, dude. People are gonna look at this as like sacrilege, but it's bottom half of the tier list, dude. I just didn't get it. I didn't get why everyone liked it. It's fuck yeah. I'd rather play Game Dev Tycoon. I don't know. Sorry, I was just looking over here at American Truck Simulator. Like, do I really just piss off the Hollow Knight fans with just like throwing it underneath that, huh? But no, I think that's a fine spot for it. Fight about it in the comments, guys. Honestly, like, I get it. I know that a lot of people love this game, but just like, dude, it was okay, man. It was all right for me. It wasn't anything special. I've played platformers. This feels like a platformer. That's all I got. Battle Gears is a old Flash game where you would spawn units and then have them fight and take over the world, and you would slowly research them and like get more. It was fun. It was a good one. I think it was a good Flash game, but I don't think it was a great game. It's pretty samey. Nothing really special. Learn to Fly is a good game. That's fun. It's Learn to Fly 1. I haven't played nearly as much as 2. But we're not on 2 yet. Learn to Fly is like mid-C, I think. It felt more entertaining than Lego Avengers, less entertaining than Anthem, which means that Halo 3 should go there. Yeah. Learn to Fly, though, on the other hand, was a good game, and better as a game than Bloons Tower Defense 5. I loved this game. This game was so much fun to like try the different build options that you had with like the different types of jetpacks and the different types of like like payloads they call them and stuff, and like breaking those and achievement hunting was fun in this game. Better than Mario Kart. Yeah, I think it's for its respective genre, dude. I think this was good, better. No Man's Sky. So part of the issue here is that I don't often play survival games. Speaking of which, there we go. Cool. No Man's Sky. All right. No Man's Sky is a good game, especially now with all the DLCs, or not the DLCs, the free DLCs, the updates that have come out for it. It has been a really good game, I thought. But a lot of times I struggle to get into survival games, and this was definitely one of them. It's definitely a survival game that I struggled to get into a little bit. But like you can get like the big spaceships and stuff. It's fun. It is probably my favorite survival game. But I have definitely spent a lot. Well, yeah, I think that's a good spot for it. It's almost as good as Bloons Tower Defense 6, which feels really bad to say, to make a direct comparison that way. But like, you gotta take some liberties with the tier list, right? Yeah, that's good. It's good. I like it, and it is personally better than Ark. I think that like, just because symmetry feels nice, Ark is bottom of B, right? Like these two go together. In terms of like, I feel like this one is just this one but cooler, in the same way that this and this work. I like it. I do like Ark. I think the dinosaurs are cool, but I think it's less interesting because it's much more. No Man's Sky has so much more like vastness to it, and it really does feel like you can explore space, which is cool. I like that a lot. This one, dinosaurs are also cool, but I like space more than dinosaurs, and so that's the only reason. And Factorio, I think, yeah. Ark shouldn't be bottom of B. It can go here, above Lego Indiana Jones, I think, honestly. But yeah, it's good. I do like it. It's almost as much as No Man's Sky, but just not quite. So, and like these ones in between, kind of, I do think they belong there. League of Legends. I rated Dota an A. And League is not as good. Gameplay-wise, especially, League is not as good. Chat-wise, League is also not as good. Does it belong in B? Or does it belong in C? That's hard. So a lot of the praise that I gave Dota does not hold true for League, and I think that's why I don't like it as much. Definitely will play it, have fun with my buddies, but I don't. It's one of those games I don't play by myself, except for like occasionally. Is it as good as Bloons Tower Defense 5? Is it better than Bloons Tower Defense 5 is the real question. I think top of C is fine. It is what it is. Everyone knows what it is, and I think it's a C tier game. Lies of P. Fun for the 30 minutes that I played it. It just made me want to go play Bloodborne, man. That was the problem, is that Bloodborne casts such a large shadow for me that Lies of P couldn't like strike out and be its own thing. I think that it's better than Colony Survival, but I didn't play it very long. Maybe I should go back and give it another try, but Stardew Valley. This is an A tier game. I think it's really fun. And go back and play it, and it is one of my favorite games because it's one of the games that my fiance and I will play together, and so I really like it. I would highly recommend it, and the dating aspect is good. Dating aspect is better than Baldur's Gate. Kerbal Space Program I like more than that. It's more interesting than Baldur's Gate. Sorry. Had to readjust that a little bit there. Yeah. I don't have much else to say about Stardew Valley. It sets out to do what it wants to do, and the farming aspect is fun in a lot of the same ways that make Factorio fun, but it's a lot easier to get into, I think. And then, you can see the number go up, as well as Also get the romance and stuff. It's a great game, and there's a reason it's so popular. Marathon, I played for 3 hours on stream. I'm not good at shooters, is part of the issue here. So I had fun. Saw people, talked to them. That's like fun, but I'm just so bad at shooters, dude. And because I'm so bad at shooters, it did not speak to me. So it's C tier. It's a high C tier, but it's a C tier. But you also have to remember, this is kind of my list. So games that I'm bad at are not going to be as fun as games that I'm good at. Or even like somewhat good at. Diplomacy is not an option. I mean, it's like good. I enjoyed it. I need to, like, I do think I'm like, oh yeah, I do want to go back and play more of that. But I haven't played that much at the moment. Yeah, I think it's there. I do think it's a great game. Just haven't played a lot. Megabonk. Fun. Put a lot of hours in a very short amount of time. But I haven't really gone back. It's an idle game, right? Kind of. Like, not idle, you know what I mean. Vampire Survivors, right? You're kind of just like, it's a very like flow state game, I guess, where you just kind of like flow through it and just kind of do it, you know? It didn't feel anything, and you make the choices. It's fun. But it was less interesting to me than Doki Doki, I think. I think it's B tier. I think it's a high B tier. I don't think it was as much fun as Monster Hunter. But I think it's right around Castle Story, somewhere in here. Maybe it's, yeah, maybe there. It's a good place for it. I mean, I have to. In terms of formative, like, game, Minecraft is the highest on the list. But I think I'm very comfortable with having these three above it. It's a great game, and the freedom to explore it and everything, and like the time that I sunk into it, it has to go in S tier. I couldn't have it anywhere else. But infinitely replayable. Always get there's a reason like the 2-week Minecraft phase is like a coined term. Because it will always pull you back in. There's always something somewhat new for you to do, so that's an S tier game. Raft Wars. Not the best Flash game. Yeah, it's a little bit better than Battle Gear, though. Battle Gear's D tier, dude. That's C tier. It's kind of fun to like get the things to pop, but like once you finish the game, there's no reason to go back and replay it. So Fortnite. God, I'm so bad at shooters, dude. But like, you know, this one's like, again, there's a reason it's so popular. Like, I kind of had fun, and it's fun to play with buddies, but not as fun as Halo. Not even as fun as the Battlefront mode. More fun than Black Desert, though. Yeah, I think that like in there in C tier is fine. It's a good spot. Dude, American Truck is also D. Now that I think about it, that's also D tier. Like I was being too generous with that C tier rating for it. It's D. Slay the Princess should go right here with Doki Doki. Ooh. Is it S tier actually? Hold on. No. In fact, it's not even as good as Doki Doki. But it is an A tier game. Okay, it's bottom of A. These two gotta be together because they're very similar. But this one has way more replayability, huh? It's not as formative, but this one has way more replayability, and like it's very interesting. And the voice acting and everything. We'll put it bottom of S. Actually, I love this game, and all the different things and the art style, the deconstruction of the genre, and everything. Highly, highly recommend that one. That's an yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. S tier? Yeah, I think it's gotta be. It's such a cool experience to play through that the first time. And to try the different routes, actually, as well. TFT. Better than League of Legends. Not as good as Dota. It's in the B tier category, I think. Getting a lot of Bs. I guess that makes sense because it's kind of the middle ground, but it's actually, there we go. It's like very comparable, I think, to Megabonk. It's very comparable to Bloons. Yeah, I think TFT there is fine. Kind of turn your brain off. Reactivate it every couple minutes. Do something like scroll something else as well. It's good. I like it, yeah. It's not, I don't think it's better than Bloons, though. Dude. NFL Street is my is it better than Slay the Princess? Alright. This is a kind of a hot take here. That game, oh my god, it's so much fun. I adore NFL Street. Again, you get to make the whole team. You got to build the whole team, and you get to face like actual NFL teams, and you get to play through it, and like you can level them up and stuff. It's good. That's a good game. Would recommend as well. I love this, and like playing it together, like 2-player NFL Street. One of you gets to control, like, you know, you can make your own character, and one of you gets to control them, dude. That's good. My friend and I put some hours in on this game. I love that. Check it out if you haven't. I know it's an old game. I don't know if you can emulate it somewhere, but speaking of old games, this is my PlayStation 2 era. Back when I was just a wee lad. Need for Speed Underground 2. It walked so that GTA could run. A lot of the same reasons, actually, that I like Cyberpunk, I like this. It just doesn't have combat, and it's all about the cars. But, like, driving around the city, dude, listening to that soundtrack, just play and just vibing at night, oh. I remember the feeling that gave. But I also, like, probably wouldn't go back and love it now. We can't get nostalgia goggles. It was a B. It was a good game. But NFL Street is that's going to be my nostalgia pick. But this one, it's B tier. Clash of Clans, A tier game. A tier game. This made mobile games fun for me. This was about the only one that I ever really loved. Well, we'll see later, but so much fun. You could play it, you know, by yourself and like just crank through it. It's still a mobile game, so it's like, you know, it's still a mobile game, so it does go B tier. There we go. Yeah. We gotta lower that a little bit. I just remember the like having to like log in, do your dailies basically. I don't like that game when games are like, hey, here's 20 minutes of gameplay, and then they stop you. Speaking of 20 minutes of gameplay, Genshin Impact is a fucking D tier game, dude. Predatory gacha mechanics, and then that's not even its worst sin. Its worst sin is energy. Not being able to play the game anymore during the day. Like, if I want to No Life Genshin Impact for free, I should be able to No Life Genshin Impact for free. That should be within my rights to do. Or make the game $20 and remove energy. Also fine. It's a good game. It copies a lot of what made Breath of the Wild good, with like the gliding and the climbing and stuff. Like, I get that. It was almost a direct rip-off that way. But with gacha mechanics and stuff, it's fine. No, it's not fine. It would have been a fine game if they had not had energy mechanics. This shit pissed me off so bad. But by definition of these, it must go into D tier. Because I did not drop it after like 10 minutes. I dropped it after an hour or two. Overwatch is not as good as League. But I'm bad at shooters. You have to remember that. Take this in with a grain of salt. If I'm kind of bad at shooters, and I do not like this. Yeah, I'd rather play Black Desert than Overwatch, dude. The characters are kind of cool, but I don't know. Just don't love it. It just doesn't make me feel good inside to play it. Unlike our next game of Portal, which is an A tier game for sure. I love Portal 1. The puzzle game aspects and the movement, it feels good to play. It's cool. It sets everything up for Portal 2, which is definitely an S tier. Not as good as Minecraft, but it's Portal 1 and Portal 2, because a lot of the things that I like about Portal 1 are also hold to Portal 2. That's why I did them together. But Portal 1, the puzzle mechanics felt really interesting. I did not like puzzle games before this. And the movement felt good because I didn't really like first-person shooters before this. And like GLaDOS is really cool. And a lot of the timing stuff and like just going through the test chambers is like interesting. And it cultivates just like a really nice experience. It's tight, right? It's like 2 hours. It doesn't take very long. That's why it's A tier, and it's also not like super replayable, but it is super fun for those 2 hours. Portal 2, on the other hand, is a much longer game, or not much longer, but is a longer game that it like doubles down on everything that made Portal 1 good, as well as adding so much like lore and backstory. Portal 2 just has to be an S tier game. I love that game. All right, Run 1 and Run 2. Run 1 is, dude, I'm sorry, it's D tier. Wow. No, it's better than Raft Force. It's C tier. It's better than Genshin too. Fuck Genshin, dude. It's cool. It's very simple. I like that. Run 2, on the other hand, is a good one. It's a good game. Especially the introduction of the skater. It's a little bit better than Learn to Fly. The introduction of the skater and like the gravity change and stuff, like that's a fun one. And like the platforms you can't go on, it's cool. That's a really good game. Probably one of the best Flash games ever made. So I think for that, on those accolades, it earns B tier and above Clash of Clans. Salt. You might not have played this game. You might not have even heard of this game. It's an indie game from quite a while ago, but it's another survival game. The only thing is that I don't know what it is, but I think it might just be poorly. It's a good game and it's interesting, and like the pirates and stuff are cool. I think it's C tier because for some reason, no matter what computer I've played it on, despite having like simplified graphics and everything, it just doesn't ever seem to run as well as I want it to. And I don't know why. Maybe it's frame rate locked or something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to do what I want it to. And so for that, it goes C tier because I have played it for a while, but just the way it just like starts to stutter feels bad. Sekiro. Where's Dark Souls 3? Sekiro was slightly better in terms of PC port. But it did not make me want to continue playing it. I know there's a lot of people that really do like this game. And I know it is a good game. We'll put it like top C. I think that, yeah, it's in the same way that Lies of P is also a good game that just didn't speak to me. I think that this one, again, it sits in the shadow of Bloodborne. And I don't know where to go sometimes, and that makes me pissed off. So it just, yeah. It's C tier because I'm bad. I did not get good. And I just wanted to play Bloodborne again. So there it shall say. Slay the Spire 2. Roguelites are cool, but I don't like card battlers that much. Like deck builders. It's B tier. I had a fun time playing it for a little bit. It's very similar to Megabonk in my eyes, actually. I had a fun time playing it for what I played. But it does not like make me necessarily want to go back, but it did for a while. I was like kind of cranking it out there for a while. So I just, out of respect for that, it's got to go B. Stick War, dude. All right, this was my favorite Flash game. It gets to go an A for that alone. The way that you could like, it's funny. The gameplay is so similar to Battle Gear, but the way something about how it controlled and how you moved through like the campaign of it felt just really fun, and like getting to play as the character and like make your own. It was good. I think it might be the best Flash game I've played. I really, really loved it, especially once you got the spear guys, dude. Like the Greek spear guys. Oh, dude, I'm just such a nerd. I love anything Greek related in that regard. So, big fan. Love that game. Highly recommend it. Supreme Commander 2. This got me into PC gaming. It was the very first game into my Steam library. And that makes me feel cool. And that makes me feel like I want to rate it higher. It is a, what do you call that type of game? RTS? It's an RTS game. I think it's very, very similar to StarCraft, actually. I think it's like the same, almost even the same factions, but I had a really fun time playing it. Me and my buddy, one of my friends would play it with me, dude. I had a good time. I think for that, it deserves at least middle of B tier, which is probably higher than a lot of people would put it. But there's a little bit of nostalgia on that one. So Skyrim does not have as much nostalgia for me, but it is still a B tier game. Lego Indiana. I feel like maybe I should make another tier for Lego Indiana Jones, because I'm using this one as like, is it better than this? Is it worse than this? But Skyrim is slightly better, I think. I think Supreme Commander 2 is a better game than Skyrim, though. And like the other ones, I think all deserve to be above it. But it deserves a spot in B tier. Like, it deserves to be there. It should not go any lower, but I can't justify it going higher either. Anyway. I've had fun playing it. I just always wish, like, anytime I play it, I'm like, man, I just wish there was like more character customization. And I don't really love how the leveling system works, personally. I think that's kind of mid. It's fun. It's fun to play through, but it does start to feel like, okay, I've been to this cave. I've fought the Draugr. I'm good. Not bad. Breath of the Wild. Dude, like every game list that you look up will put this so high, like number 1. And I will not do that because I think Bloodborne, Cyberpunk, it's in S tier. All right, I'm going to leave that now. But I think that Bloodborne, Cyberpunk, Civ 5, Minecraft, and Portal 2 are better. I think it's better than NFL Street, sadly. Slay the Princess is also better than Sunrider Academy, which is sad, but, you know. Breath of the Wild was a lot of fun. I have not gone back to play it. I also didn't go back and play Master Mode because that one made me upset because it, the way that the, like, bokoblins worked at that level, things would break. Like, the weapons you would get, the return on investment from killing anything was bad. Just really bad. And so it was not fun. But the first playthrough of Breath of the Wild, absolutely glorious, dude. And just like wandering around the map, finding the fish people, dude. Oh, I had a good time. I really did. I think I put like 90 hours into this to beat it in like a week and a half while also doing school and like school sports and stuff. Busted that out, dude. Good times. Good game for sure. Have not played Tears of the Kingdom, but that's a good game. I played it on the Wii U too. I can still like smell the scent of the room when I think about that. It was informative, but Portal 2 and Minecraft and these other ones are definitely better. Long Dark, it's another survival game. I've tried, obviously, a lot of survival games. I had fun. I think Ark is a more polished, better experience. Supreme Commander 2, Skyrim, Lego Indiana Jones, man, it's the break point of this. Yeah. I guess that just means that Lego Indiana Jones is like the B tier. That is like the true middle. And I think this is slightly worse. It's a good game, but it didn't grip me. It did not compel me. It is kind of cool, like the cold. I like cold. Cold is cool. So I like that that's the survival game around that. Outer Worlds. Oh my god. It was just, what was that, StarCraft? Whatever the Bethesda game was, dude. This feels just like how that looked. I get that there's like better RPG elements and stuff or something or other like that, but man, it did not. It did not make me want to keep playing it, dude. Holy shit. Even Raft Wars I played more. So, sadly, it will go bottom of C. Better than Genshin Impact, though. Timberborn. It's a cute little city builder with with beavers. That's fun. It's fun managing like the rivers and stuff and everything because it's beavers, you know. So it's all about like the water and the trees and stuff. Good game, good city builder. Where did I put Frostpunk? Frostpunk is C, then this is definitely B. It's not A. It's definitely not A, but like, it's a good one. Let's check against Indiana Jones. This one wins. It's also better than Skyrim. I don't think it's as good as Supreme Commander 2, but it's fun. Total War Warhammer 3. Oh god. Dude, I gave this like 10 whole hours of trying to make it fun. I like the fact that it's kind of like Risk with that. Like it's a good, no. It's fun. That's a fun RTS that I enjoyed. But a lot of these other B tier games here have more of like a place, and this one doesn't really have a place in when I think of like, oh, when would I want to play this? It doesn't really land, you know? But I tried it, and, you know, B tier. Slightly better than Bloons Tower Defense 5. Ultra Kill. I don't have a lot of time in this game, but the time that I do was so much fun. It is my favorite, like, pure shooter, and the movement feels good. It feels so cool to do the coin tricks. Does it get S tier? I haven't played it all that much. But it might earn S tier for me. Does it deserve it? Is it better than... Yeah, and like it just feels cool and unique. I like it. I like Ultra Kill and S. I did like these other ones more though, and I put more time into them for sure. But we're gonna save Unturned because I don't want to end with such a whimper here. These are the games that I forgot about until the end. Backyard Monsters. Where did I put Clash of Clans? It's just a Clash of Clans game that I liked more. I think it came out a little bit before it. It was a Facebook game, dude. Oh, I had a good time. I had a good time with that one. It's like Clash of Clans is Backyard Monsters, or maybe the other way around. I don't know when Clash of Clans came out. Let me look that up. Let me look that up. Okay. It came out 2 years before Clash of Clans, and Clash was almost exactly this. But this one had a more interesting, like, vibe, I guess, because you were just, like, literally what the title is. You were monsters in the backyard. And so all the structures were more, like, monstrous and kind of, it was more of a unique thing, I thought, versus Clash of Clans is very barbarians, knights, and castles is rather simple. So Backyard Monsters is a good one. I like that game. Jetpack Joyride. Great mobile game. Very, like, what a mobile game should be, with, like, the arcade feel to it. You don't necessarily need to pay money. Reaction and skill-based. Good game. Probably the highest mobile game on the list for sure. It's just fun. Even now, I still think about, like, sometimes going back and playing that, but... Farmville. I played a lot. I was like 8, dude. Give me a little break here on Farmville. But it was kind of fun. It was fun in. It was not as fun as Backyard Monsters. It's probably not as fun as Clash of Clans either. We'll put it in C tier. But like it was. We'll put it bottom C tier. It's a little better than those ones actually. It did a lot for that genre of games, and like growing and just seeing the number go up felt really nice. So I liked that a lot. I was a fan. Like especially when it first came out and I was so young, so young. It was good. I don't know if I'd recommend anyone go play it now or like think about it anymore, but I have to for this video. So I think it deserves to go and see. I do not miss the time that I spent on it, but I also don't think it was a waste. For our final one, we have Unturned. Survival game again. But definitely one of my favorites, actually. I think it's, again, I've just kind of lumped all of these together, right? But Unturned has a really cool vibes to it, and I like the stats progression of it a lot, where you can like how you level up your character. I know it's very similar to Zomboid, which I haven't played, but no, it's similar there. That's fun, especially like getting a server up with like the boys, dude. Getting on some Unturned, it was good. Maybe even better than Bloons 6, huh? No, it's not. No, or better than No Man's Sky. The multiplayer aspect of it's fun, but it's not better than those. Yeah. Okay, cool. That there is our final tier list. And as all is right in the world, with Bloodborne at the top, Bloodborne and Cyberpunk at the top, dude, and fucking Mario Party at the bottom, dude. Hate that game. Anyway, guys, that is the tier list. Go ahead and let me know maybe what you would have done instead, where I went wrong, that sort of thing. And most importantly, come check me out on Twitch. I'm not usually doing tier list content over there, but I am playing the games that I mentioned here. Like, for instance, that's where I first played Cyberpunk. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this, I'm pretty sure you'd also enjoy the stream. So come check it out. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.